Hi! So this week is the difference between American and English language. So I have literally just typed in American and English words, and it has come up with a list of American words and English words and the different words we have for the same word, if that makes sense. So I thought I would get us started. So I'm going to be saying the British saying and then saying the meaning for it in American, because I am British, obviously. I will be signing because, I don't know, I just fancy signing. I can do a bit of signing, and I thought, why not? And also, I don't know if you can see, but little hair update, I have pink in my hair now. So I have a bit of pink hair, which, I don't know, I like it. Some people don't like it, mainly parents, you know. Oh well. So let's go. So, by the way, I'm not obviously saying I'm definitely sure with all of these. It's literally what I'm reading. So if you're American and like, oh, but we use this word, and you know, don't sue me. And yes, I am reading from the screen. I haven't memorised these. Sorry. Right, A. So I have chosen to use action replay, which is what we use in British. In American, they call it instant replay, apparently. So B. So in British, we call this a baking tray, and in American, it says that it's called a cookie sheet, which I think sounds quite nice actually. I think sounds better than a baking tray. Gosh. So C. I have chosen the word car park, which is what we call it in British. In American, apparently they call it a parking lot, which makes sense, you know, I've heard these sayings before, just we don't use them that often. Okay, so D. In British, we call it a dustbin, and in American, it says garbage can, which makes sense to me, seeing as a lot of Americans call what we would say rubbish their garbage or their trash. So, yeah. Okay, so E. Here I can see it says estate car, and in American, apparently it's called station wagon. I don't know, I'm British, but I will take their word for it. Okay, so F. What we call we live in is a flat, if it's just a small place, whereas in America, apparently it's called an apartment, which we do use here, but more for the upper class, I think. We'd call it an apartment if it's like big, maybe, but I don't know, I've just heard flat mainly. Who knows? Okay, so G. In British, it's called a garden, and in American, it's apparently called a lawn or a backyard. So H. In British, we would call it a holiday, and American, apparently normally they would use the word vacation. So that's pretty cool. I like the word vacation, but maybe because I associate that with a holiday, if that makes sense, because when you travel from Britain, they call it a vacation, and I'm in a mad mood tonight. Okay, so I. In British, this is called an ice lolly, and in American, I think usually it says on here it's called a popsicle. A popsicle? Am I saying that right? That's quite a cool word for it actually. I just need to learn how to say it properly. Okay, so J. In Britain, we would call it a junior school, and in American, it is called an elementary school. So that's different, I guess. Okay, so in British, we would call it a kennel, and in American, it's called a doghouse. But it depends. I think some people, wherever you are, will call it a kennel or a doghouse. I personally would call it a kennel though. It's what I probably know the most. L. So we would call it a lift, and in American it is called an elevator most times. So yeah. In British it's a mobile phone, in American it's called a cell phone. Yep. So N. In the English version of this game we would call it noughts and crosses, but in American the game is called tic-tac-toe, which I'd never heard of until just then. So O. In English we would call it an oven glove, in American it's called an oven mitt, so not that different, but yeah. So P. In English this tablet's called paracetamol or paracetamol, and in American it's saying it's called acetaminophen. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm not sure because I'm not American. So Q. Q. In British it's called just a Q, like Q-U-E-U-E, but in American apparently it's just a line, but I think it's kind of both used in both countries. Yeah. So R. In British saying we'd call it reversing lights, in American it's called backup lights, so basically either way you're going to be going backwards or reversing, whatever way you want to say it. So S. In British it's called a skipping rope, in American it says it's a jump rope, same thing. T. In British saying we'll call this tights, and in American it's apparently called pantyhose. So pantyhose, it just sounds funny to me, maybe because I'm not used to saying it, but basically what you wear on your legs. U. In England we will call this the underground, and in American it's called the subway. Yeah. So V. In British we would call it a vest, and in American it is called an undershirt apparently, with W. In British we'd call it a wardrobe, in American it's called a closet. So for the letter X I can't see any words, and I don't know of any words that are different. I can think of X-ray, but I'm pretty sure Americans call it an X-ray too, so not too sure. Y. The only word I can see is yowlock, and in American it says it's a cylinder lock, so I will take their word for it. For Z, they say in British it's a zebra crossing, and in American they call it a crosswalk. So yeah, that is the end of me going through alphabetically different words for the same meaning, if that makes sense. And I did a bit of English signing. It's only British Sign Language, like BSL, the alphabet, so if you're American it won't make any sense to you, so sorry. I really hope you like this video. I know it's not probably very interesting, and I'm going for a bit of a geeky look today, not intentionally, I'm cozy. It's, you know, cold, even though it's summer. In England it's never really hot, really, for long. Right, so please go and check out all the other videos on this channel, and comment, rate, subscribe and share, etc. We have Twitter if you didn't know, and I will put the link in the description below, just down there. And we'd really love you to go and follow and, you know, share it around, and we'll follow back. So yeah, see you next Monday.